Tina from tinahills.com, and today I'm discussing about Saturn through the 12 astrological signs. And if you have your Saturn in Leo, then this is your video. So, Saturn is all about our karma. Okay, after we've expanded in Jupiter and expanded like crazy, expanded like crazy. Jupiter's a gas giant, and then Saturn comes into our vicinity and questions of us that okay, what now? Because now it's time to cut back and set boundaries. Saturn is our first lesson in adulting. It's a reality check. It's a harsh energy because it doesn't give in to our frills and our frivolous nature. It likes commitment, drudgery, drudgery, incessant uh, practice. It requires dedication. Saturn is essentially where we learn to apply ourselves. Okay, it is also our greatest problem and our greatest restriction. But after we work with the energy, it is also our greatest gift. It's actually our greatest ally as we grow older and we learn to work with the energy of Saturn. And we've already had our Saturn return at 29, and we fully understand what hashtag adulting means, because now we are forced to take authorship. We are forced to ask ourselves the big questions, that what have we done with our lives, where are we standing, what about the relationships, what about the work we've done, what about the energy we've put out, where does all that stand, how has that served the world or served our higher good. That is what Saturn is here to ask you. And Saturn is known as the great malefic in pretty much all systems. Persians thought Saturn was a demon, and all the planets they thought were demons. They were out-of-bound demonic entities, and the stars were not demonic. But in the Vedic system, Saturn is known as Shani, and is a progeny of the sun, Surya, and Chaya, shadow. So you understand, light and darkness together created Saturn. So his energy is inherently dualistic. And also when he was born, Shani, his father, the sun went into an eclipse. And this kind of strained the relationship between the infant and the father. So Saturn directly speaks of our father and the kind of relationship we have with him. The house, the sign, the placements. Okay, will our father be there for us? Will he be the source of our wounding? And if he is, will we ever be able to get over that? Can we forgive each other? Can we move on? And that is Saturn. In the Jungian archetype, Saturn is associated with the wise old man, the hermit god in Toro. It's about finding that voice of conscience within us. Okay, because Saturn doesn't forgive fools. Okay, that's why he's got such a harsh reputation and such bad press. It's because you cannot avoid Saturn. Whatever you have sown, so shall you reap. There is no saying that, oh, I did not deserve this. Because with Saturn, you get exactly what you deserve, nothing more and nothing less. So, in a sense, Saturn is actually our greatest ally, because here we can consciously put in that effort. So, in Leo, Saturn in Leo, this is the placement I have. So, I can speak from experience. With Saturn in Leo, the greatest problems will be self expression and art, because you may be a very sensitive and artistic and communicative person, but in your earlier years you will never find that flows easily. You may want to be an actor because Saturn here can be, you know, interested in that. And always remember the signs are how we behave, the people, and the planets come and spike us up. Okay, so in Leo, we want to be an actor, we want to be a performer, and Saturn here can put a restriction on that. That okay, no, too over the top. No, you are unable to express yourself or find that unique style. Leo is all about the individual. So Saturn here can inhibit that initial communicative brilliance, so that um, understanding your own flair, your own style. It can come at a much later age. It doesn't have to. I mean, it can be after much after your first Saturn return. First Saturn return is all about what we've learned and how we put all that in our life and grow. The second Saturn return is kind of like giving back to the community. Okay, yet that now I have grown and matured and developed myself. Because Saturn is all about toiling hard, and after I toiled hard, I'm ready to give back. I'm ready to give back to my fellow beings. And Saturn in Leo, you can give back by developing your creative side. I mean, even if you face a lot of negativity, or even if you do not understand your own unique self expression, it's never too late. Keep working with this energy. Okay, Leo's the sign of youth, childlike. Here Saturn's this very somber influence. Okay, can be feel very restrictive, like you don't know how to just let go, or if you let go, you start feeling guilty. Saturn in Leo, this is a standard thing that, oh my god, I'm having a good time. Is this right? Am I supposed to have a good time? I'm supposed to be pessimistic about everything. When good times just don't happen to me. But of course, as you grow older and you work with the energy of Saturn, and you start to set these happen, and you understand that Saturn is about duality, Chaya and Surya, shadow and light, gives birth to the Grim Reaper. Okay, the Karma Bearer. Saturn is associated with time, and Leo is the heart of the lion, your solar plexus. So your individual self here, give respect to that and let that grow, and find an outlet in something that you like to do, in whatever house it falls for you. For me, it's the 12th house. So the occult, the spiritual, the otherworldly. That's where I'm putting my Saturn energies into and creating art with it. So that is how you integrate the lesson of Saturn. Which house is this? What sign is this? Okay, this is Leo. So my greatest gift to humanity at large will be something creative, something artistic, something dramatic. Okay, and how can I piece that together? What is the other story? The other story is the house, the 12th house, death, which has to do with past lives, which has to do with other worlds, the occult, spiritual. So synthesizing all this, because as I've already said, Saturn, your Saturn sign will not only tell you your greatest challenges and your greatest gifts, but it'll also be a clear harbinger of your career. What will be the career that you choose, the sign and the house? So for me, as I said, Leo and 12. So Leo artistic and 12 spiritual. So you can combine them both, and then you put out your fruit of labor to the world. And even though you've had these restrictions when it came to self-expression in the past, when it came to communication in the past, but once you work with Saturn and you truly understand the energy of having boundaries, healthy boundaries that you set, and then you truly grow and grow and grow. And like Saturn in Leo, ideally take your broken heart and make it into art. And I can say this for all the signs, because every single thing that you do can be artistic, and no one understands that better than Leo. They, everything that they try to do, they want to make it artistic. creative, full of life, full of sparkle, because their ruler is the sun. That's all about sparkling, all about glorious shining. So Saturn here can shine if you're ready to give back creatively, if you're ready to open the storehouse of your knowledge and your courage and your optimism and your hope. So that was a bit about Saturn and Leo. Hope you like that video. Thumbs up, please. Subscribe, comment, share, and let me know what you think. Join me for the other videos. Check out my website www.tinahingles.com.